Today, boys and girls, we're going to be taking a look at this Tesla Nano 60 watt TC. Been using this chucker for 2 months, that's right, 2 months, and I gotta say, she is one of the most underrated, most compact 60 watt devices I've used to date. Right now, I've got this Yokozuna tank screwed onto this mod. I got the 0.7 ohm coil head in here, vapor at 23 watts. Here we go. Is it chuck tits, chuckin' tits, or chuck the tits? I guess we're gonna go with hashtag chuck tits. You guys should know the drill. We're gonna go ahead and dive down. I'm gonna show you this thing up close and personal. We'll come back, talk about the pros and the cons, and I'll let you know, of course, if I'd have lost this sucker today, would I go out tomorrow and buy one? Okie spankin' dokie, so here's the packaging this Tesla Nano 60 watt TC comes in. Pop the lid, and the first thing you are going to see is the mod, but she sits in this plastic casing. Check this out. And I gotta say, right off the bat, the packaging is different. She's locked into place by this 510 plastic locking mechanism. You unscrew that. There's the piece that locks into place, and she just pops out. Pretty freaking cool. Gotta give you points for that, Tesla. But yeah, underneath the plastic casing in the mod, you got this USB cable and a user manual. And underneath that user manual, you got the certificate of inspection card. So here she is, boys and girls, a close-up view of this Tesla Nano 60 watt TC. She comes in 3 different color options, blue, as you guys can see, black, or stainless steel. She's primarily constructed of zinc alloy, and she's about 70 millimeter by about 49 millimeter by about 25 millimeter. Up top where it slants, you got your fire button, nice big old fire button, damn near as big as my thumb, and it is nice and clicky. Over here you got your 510 threads and a spring-loaded 510 pin. On the side you got your wattage up, wattage down buttons and your menu screen, which we'll go over in a second. At the base you got holes for battery venting and a USB port for charging. And I love how it slants up over here, you see that? So damn ergonomic, gotta love it. On one side of this device at the base it says Tesla Nano 60 watt TC. And I gotta say, she feels good in the old hand. I hold her 2 ways, either this way with the curve facing my palm, fire the fire button with my index finger, or I turn it around to where the mini screen is facing my palm. This is my favorite way, okay, where I fire it up with my thumb. I love this. It just feels so good. She's a hefty mod. Now, she's got some weight to her. She feels of good quality. But at the same time, she's small. She's compact. This thing vapes between 7 and 60 watts. In temp mode, you can build her down to 0.05. In wattage mode, you can build her down to 0.1. The battery that's built into this mod is a 2-cell, 3600 milliamp hour LiPo battery. Click the fire button once to light up the screen. As you guys can see, she's locked. Click the fire button 5 times to unlock this device. And on the menu screen, you can see the battery gauge. Where it says off, that's where the temperature is, but the temperature is off. Above that's the resistance, and then over to the right is the wattage. So we're gonna go ahead and scroll down, and she scrolls fast. If you want, you can also adjust her in 0.5 increments. I just like to hold her down and go. So let's say you ever set to 60 watts and that's your preferred, and you want to go ahead and lock the wattage. You can do that. All you gotta do is hold down the fire button, the wattage down button down at the same time while this device is unlocked, and she's locked. Power is locked. So when I'm vaping and the function buttons are facing my palms, I never have to worry about scrolling the wattage up on accident. So in order to unlock the wattage, you gotta do the same thing. Hold down the fire button, the wattage down button down at the same time, and she's unlocked. So in order to take this thing in temperature mode, what you gotta do is lock the device. Alrighty, so while this device is locked, what you want to do in order to get into those temperature settings is hold down the wattage up and wattage down buttons down at the same time. Kind of looks familiar, doesn't it? And then you scroll down, and you can adjust it between 2 and 600 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 and 300 degrees Celsius. And if you go up, it says off. But if you scroll down, it goes from Celsius to Fahrenheit. And if you go up once again, it goes off, both Fahrenheit and Celsius. But I'm gonna go ahead and take her down, let's see, 450 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and unlock the device. Set 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh yeah, when you don't have anything screwed onto this device, just like most other mods out there, what does it say? No atomizer. So here's a 22 millimeter tank. Looks the tits. I always start at low wattages, guys, especially when I'm using a coil head. I don't wanna burn that sucker out, you know what I'm saying? Tap the fire button. There's the resistance, 0.42. Oh yeah, and automatically it detects that this is not a temperature coil. It's not made of titanium, it's not made of nickel. So whenever it does that, it switches it automatically back to voltage. So if I were to pop a tank with a regular coil head in here when it's running in temperature control mode, watch what happens. It's gonna take it back to regular wattage mode. But yeah, here's the Landmark 2, also a 22 millimeter tank. Hit the fire button. Oh, there we go. Nickel or titanium. Titanium, because that's what's in here. Hit the fire button, new coil up, yes. All right, watch this. Switches right back over to 420 degrees. See that? And that changes over to temperature. So the wattage goes over here, temperature goes over here. Pretty cool. You can take this thing in bypass/mechanical mod mode. All you do is scroll to its max wattage, 60 watts, and go beyond that, or scroll down to its lowest wattage, 7 watts, and beyond that. First, we're gonna go up, all the way up to 60 watts. It's max, and then go beyond that. Hit wattage up, hit the fire button, boom, bypass mode. Now, in order to get out of that, all you do is hit the wattage down, and you're back into 60 watts. You can go all the way down to 7 watts. Hit the wattage down. Boom, back into bypass/mechanical mod mode. Alright, so I got this Yokozuna tank sitting on here. Here we go. So yeah, buddy, that's bypass/mechanical mod mode. But let's go ahead and say you want to just get out of bypass/mechanical mod mode and get back to wattage. All you do is hit the wattage up. Scroll to your preferred. Oh yeah. So you notice it went from 3.25 volts in bypass/mechanical mod mode to now 4.54 or 26.5 watts. Oh yeah, before I take you guys back to FaceTime, I do want to show you this. With this fire button, there is a little bit of a play. Okay, some of you guys may think that's a con. To me, nah, not really. It's been like this ever since I got it. Hadn't changed, hadn't gotten looser, but it's got to be pointed out. So here's another nitpicky thing. There's some scratches around the 510 from screwing on devices because it sits flush. Now, this is about a month into it, I noticed this, and it hadn't gotten any worse. And the rest of this device, 0 scratches. But it's just the top where you screw devices down. Just gotta be pointed out. So that right there is a close-up view of this Tesla Nano 60 watt TC. Let's go ahead and take her back to FaceTime. Pro time. She's small, she's compact, and she's hefty. And I like that. I love something that feels of good quality. Oh yeah, and she's comfortable. Look where the fire button is. You got this little angle, and I'm just a sucker for angles where the fire button sits up top. Look at that freak show tiny. Everybody thought that thing was a POS, and I kept going back to it because where that fire button was located, this is located similar, except the fire button's even bigger on this one. It's clicky. Oh, I love it. But yeah, the way that I've been vaping this sucker is I face the mini screen towards my palm. I never have to worry about the function buttons. I know that's what you're going to be asking me. These function buttons, you have to hit them hard. And for the way this thing is you know, shaped, you guys saw in the close-ups, your palm is never going to fire those fire buttons. Mine hasn't. But this just feels so damn good, and then I just fire up with my thumb. You can vape this sucker in temperature mode, regular wattage mode, or bypass/mechanical mod mode. In temperature mode, you can build it all the way down to 0.05, big plus for me. And then in regular wattage mode, you can build it down to 0.10 ohms. She's a max 60 watt device, and for me, I don't vape really anything over 60 watts. I mean, 60 watts is plenty. Plenty for this vapor. Having a built-in 3600 milliamp hour battery for the way that I vape, I get great battery life. 1, it's convenient. 2, I never have to take out batteries, charge them, pop them back in there. I just plug it into the wall or plug it into my computer, unplug it the next day when it's fully charged, and I'm rocking and rolling. I just repeat the process. Back to the mini screen. Just like most mods out there, this screen is easy to navigate. Every delivery system device I screw on here fits down flush, makes a connection, is compatible. And while your 22mm tanks look the tits on here, also the 23 and 24mm devices look great as well. And last but not least, you got color options for this mod. You could choose either blue like you guys see, stainless steel, or black. So there's 3 cons I found for this. One of them is going to be subjective, okay? The first one, the USB port, it's on the base. It needs to be on the side. I cannot stand devices that have the USB port on the base. I don't like laying my devices down while I charge them. I want to stand them straight up. 2, as you guys saw in the close-ups, this fire button, there is a little play. Some of you guys may not like it. It's got to be mentioned as a con. And then 3, I know some of you guys are not going to like the built-in LiPo battery. So yeah, Tesla, they're the guys that manufacture this sucker. They're the ones that sent this device to me to review for you guys. Now on to the big question, the big answer of the day. Oh yeah, price point. Almost forgot. But the average price point I'm seeing online, well, it's anywhere between 45 and 65 bucks. So it's fluctuating quite a bit. Now let's just say this thing was like 50, 55 bucks. And that leads me to talk about the big question, the big answer of the day. Hey Rip, if you lost this sucker today, would you go out tomorrow and buy one? Hell yeah, I would. Any device that I just keep picking up and keep picking up and keep gravitating to, that means it's good. It's good in my eyes. It's something that I enjoy to vape. Now, does that mean that you need to go out and buy it tomorrow, today, yesterday, a week from now? Hell no. You buy what you want to buy. I'm just telling you my experiences. I would buy this. This is Rip Chippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.